Welcome to Yuno and Kenzo Koga.
Where ancient wisdom meets modern life. Subscribe now and awaken with us.
Okay, think about this for a second. That unexpected phone call, right when you were thinking of someone. Or, missing a train but then bumping into an old friend. Or a stranger says something that's just exactly what you needed to hear.
Yeah, those uncanny moments.
What if those weren't random at all? Like, what if they were? Well, whispers. Maybe from some deeper order.
That's a fascinating way to put it.
So today, that's what we're diving into. Meaningful coincidences. You might know them as synchronicities.
Right.
Our mission, really, is to explore the patterns, the maybe hidden meaning behind these moments, to help you maybe see how life itself might be communicating.
And to do that, we're going to look at this through two really powerful, quite different lenses. We've got the insights of Carl Jung.
The psychology giant.
Exactly. And then the timeless wisdom of Zen.
Okay, interesting pairing. Psychology and, Eastern philosophy?
Yeah, they seem different, but our goal is to kind of weave them together, to offer a more unified way to understand those moments in your life that just seem too coincidental to be, coincidence.
Right. So by the end of this deep dive, the idea is you'll have a new framework, maybe a way to see that sometimes what looks like chance, it might actually be something else entirely, kind of alignment maybe.
A profound alignment, yeah. So let's start with Jung, Carl Jung. Huge figure in 20th century thought.
Absolutely.
And he really pushed this idea that beneath our conscious individual minds, there's something vast, something shared.
The collective unconscious.
That's the term he used, yes. The collective unconscious.
So it's not just like my personal baggage or memories down there. What's in this sort of deep ocean, as you call it?
Well, according to Jung, it's absolutely brimming with these universal patterns, images. He called them archetypes.
Archetypes, like
Yeah.
the hero or the mother figure, stuff like that.
Exactly. The hero, the shadow, the wise old man, the great mother, you name it. But the crucial thing, Jung said, is they aren't just, abstract ideas.
Okay.
They're living forces, dynamic. They show up in our dreams. They influence our choices, our relationships. And importantly for us today, they manifest in synchronicities.
Okay. So the archetype pops up in the coincidence.
Yes, but Jung's insight was deeper. He saw them as active invitations.
Invitations? How so?
So say you experience a synchronicity that seems to involve maybe the trickster archetype. It's not just a weird event. Jung would say it's a nudge.
A nudge from where? Your unconscious.
That's your deeper self, yeah. A nudge to maybe question your assumptions or embrace a paradox you're stuck on, or maybe just find some humor where you're being way too serious.
Invitations. I like it. It gives them purpose. So Jung's looking at this deep collective unconscious, these archetypes.
Yeah.
And then he sees these really strange coincidences happening. What made him feel he needed a whole new word, synchronicity? Why not just call it chance?
Well, that's the key point. He coined synchronicity specifically for events that aren't linked by normal cause and effect.
Okay, not A causes B.
Right. It's about meaning. Two or more things happening around the same time, connected by their significance, their meaning, often reflecting something internal for the person experiencing it, a non-causal connection.
Can you give us another example? Something maybe more tangible than just the phone call thing. How might it actually show up?
Sure. Okay. Imagine you're really wrestling with a problem. Just stuck.
In there.
Right. And then maybe you overhear a snippet of conversation between strangers. Or you randomly pick up a book and a line jumps out. Or you see something on a walk and boom.
Boom.
It gives you the exact metaphor or the insight you needed. It just unlocks the whole problem. Not because it directly told you the answer, but the connection.
Yeah.
It feels profound, meaningful, tailor-made almost.
Yeah, like the universe just handed you a clue?
Kind of. It's like a subtle, insightful dialogue is happening. Doesn't it feel like that sometimes?
It really does. Those aha moments, they stick with you. Okay, so Jung gives us this intricate inner map, unconscious archetypes, meaningful connections. But Zen seems to say, forget the map.
In a way, yes. It's a radically different approach to reality, isn't it?
Seems like it.
Instead of analyzing symbols and structures, Zen's core teaching is about experiencing this moment. Purely, simply.
Just be here now.
Pretty much. Let go of the mental models, the expectations. Stop grasping, stop labeling everything. Just be.
Sounds simple, but that letting go part, that's hard. People struggle with that, right? What's a common misunderstanding about Zen and how it relates to seeing these connections.
Yeah, a big one is thinking letting go means being passive, like checking out, being detached.
But it's not that.
No, Zen's acceptance is incredibly active, actually. It's about actively cultivating this wide-open awareness, a state where the universe's little nudges aren't just noticed intellectually, they're felt as just part of this moment, not some external thing you need to decode later.
Okay, so it's more immediate.
Exactly. And in that stillness, that deep focus Zen cultivates, where the mental chatter quiets down, synchronicities aren't something you chase or try to engineer.
They just happen.
They just appear, seemingly effortlessly. It's like walking through a forest without a map, but somehow ending up exactly where you needed to be.
No.
Not through planning, but because you were listening. Really listening to the subtle cues, maybe even cues your thinking mind completely missed.
That makes me think of Shunryu Suzuki, the Zen master. He said something like, in the beginner's mind there are many possibilities, but in the expert's mind there are few.
That's a perfect connection, yes.
It seems like both Jung, being open to the unconscious, and Zen, with this beginner's mind, they both suggest that being too rigid, too purely logical, can actually blind us.
Absolutely. Blinds us to these connections. When you're fully present, truly open, your perception just expands. And suddenly, things you used to dismiss as just a coincidence, they start to feel different.
Like part of something bigger.
Exactly. Part of a larger rhythm, a kind of symphony you're finally tuning into.
Okay, so if Jung gives us the map, the inner landscape, and Zen teaches us how to walk that path, with this open awareness, what happens when we bring them together? What new understanding about synchronicity emerges? How do they complete each other?
Well, looking at the bigger picture, Jung gives us the vocabulary, you could say, the language of the unconscious archetypes, symbols, the patterns that give meaning to these events.
Oh, what?
Sort of, yeah. And Zen tells us how to walk the path, how to perceive that language, and says, walk barefoot, no attachments, just pure, radical awareness in this moment. That's how you receive the message.
So Jung helps interpret, Zen helps perceive.
You could put it that way. Together, they help us not just analyze synchronicity after the fact, but to actually dance with it in real time.
I like that. Dance with it.
Yeah.
Like music, maybe. Jung tells us the key, the song is Zen, the structure of the language. And Zen says, okay, now close your eyes and just feel the rhythm, move with it. Don't overthink the steps. Perceive the melody without trying to force it.
That's a great analogy, yeah. And when you bridge that inner meaning from Jung with that outer present moment awareness from Zen, the universe starts to feel, well, participatory?
Participatory. Like
Yeah.
it's interacting with us.
Alive, responsive to our presence, our receptivity.
And then suddenly that weird conversation you overheard. Or finding that specific feather when you were thinking about a problem. Or that song that keeps playing everywhere and feels so relevant.
Yeah.
They stop being just random noise. They start speaking a language you can actually begin to understand.
Yeah.
A dialogue just for you.
Which leads to the practical question, right?
Sorry.
How do you actually tune into this deeper dialogue? It's not magic. It's about cultivating a certain kind of awareness, shifting how you move through your day.
Okay, so how do we do that? What are the tools? Well, the first one seems obvious, but maybe it's not. Just pay attention.
Simple but powerful.
Right. The more present you are, just day to day, the more you'll notice these subtle patterns, things you might have just dismissed before. It's like turning up the volume.
Absolutely. And another really practical step, keep a journal, a synchronicity journal.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. When those moments happen, the weird ones, the too good to be true ones, don't just let them drift away. Write them down.
Why? What does that do?
You start to see patterns over time. You might realize they aren't random at all. They might cluster around certain themes or challenges in your life, offering real insight.
Okay, pay attention, keep a journal. What else?
Ask questions. When something strange or serendipitous occurs, don't just brush it off. Pause.
Instead of just, that was weird.
Exactly. Ask yourself, okay, what could the meaning be here for me? Is there a message? What might this be trying to highlight?
Become curious about it.
Yes. And daily meditation, or any mindfulness practice, really.
Why meditation specifically?
That stillness just sharpens your intuition, your inner awareness. It makes you more attuned to subtle signals, those underlying currents of meaning.
Makes sense. Quieting the noise.
Right. And finally, maybe the biggest one, live intentionally. When your values, your deepest desires, and your actual daily actions start to align, you often find synchronicities just happen more often. And they feel more powerful, almost like the universe is kind of conspiring with you.
Okay, so let's recap quickly. We dove into how Jung gave us this map, right? the map to the unconscious, the symbols, the meaning behind these moments.
All right, the language it speaks.
And Zen taught us how to actually be in the moment, fully experience it, without grasping, cultivating that open awareness we need to even perceive these things.
And bringing those two together helps us not just understand synchronicity, but really engage with it, to dance with it, to have that dialogue with life.
And it's really crucial to remember, this isn't about, like, control. It's not finding hacks or tricks to bend the universe to your will.
No, not at all. It's not about getting what you want in that sense.
So what is it about then?
It's more like
They're invitations?
invitations,
Yeah.
like earlier. Yeah. Invitations to listen more closely, perhaps. To live a bit more lightly. And maybe to trust. Trust that in ways we might never fully grasp, life is always in conversation with us.
So the final thought for you, listening, is maybe this. If you're willing to show up with awareness, with curiosity, with openness, you might just find the universe has been whispering to you all along, subtly lining things up.
The question then becomes, what will you hear?